This review is for the calculator exam, and I'll be working the questions with you, although on the answer sheet are the answers if you want to just check yourself there. So the first one says put this equation and find the solutions. Be very cognizant of the fact that you have a minus at the beginning. If you're not watching that real carefully, you might miss something. So negative, baby negative, x to the third. That's how you do to the other power than squared. And then hit your side arrow to come down. Plus 4x squared plus 7x minus 10. And I would urge you to just double check what you've got there so that we make sure we've got the right thing in. If we're going to be solving, we also want to have y2 to be equal to 0. So let's do a zoom 6, which should give us a graph. All right, so we could see that we've got 3 places. I'm going to drag that hopefully over. Now I've got 2. I don't need 2. All right, so let's move this guy right here. All right, so we need to find this point, and this point. We're going to do that by doing second calc intersect, which is 5, and we will hit enter 3 times. All right, we have this one at x equals 1. All right, so that's that one. To get to the other one, we need to move this cursor around the curve to here. So you'll still hit second calc 5, and then we'll use our right arrow to move that guy around. And you see him, and he just has to be in the vicinity of that, and we'll hit enter 3 times. And so that one is the number 5. All right, now we've got to go back around and this way to get to this one. Second calc 5. Whoops, 5. And, well, second calc 5. It's not hitting what I want. All right, now we're going to go around the curve. And you can always tell where it's going by looking at these numbers here. So you can see it's getting higher. Now it's getting lower, so we're coming back down. We'll go down below the x, and we're still going down, but now we're coming back up. There we go. So enter, 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 and we get the third one, which is negative 2. So we found all 3 of those points, and that is our answer there. And so that was with second calc 5 and enter 3 times. Okay. All right, number 2. Number 2 says graph that in the standard window and then complete the following. So let's get that in. Let's go to y equals. Let's clear that out. And we have 0.0195x to the 4th. Come back down by hitting the right arrow, minus 0.6240x squared, 0.6240x squared, minus 3. All right, so let's hit graph. And we get kind of a W shape. That's a 4th degree. It says to find the maxes and the mins. So I'm going to grab this. It seems I'm getting 2 each time. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so we're going to have here. Now, these low points are the mins. So you have a min there and a min there. And then this point, this high point there, is a max. And we have to find the coordinates of those 3 points. All right, so we're going to go into our calculator and we're going to find this one first. I like to go left to right. Second calc We're going to choose men. And you need to be over here to the left of that low point. In other words, you need to be over here somewhere. Okay. All right, so we've got our calculator. You need to be somewhere over here for the left. So I'm over there and I hit enter. Then it's saying be over on the right. So we need to move that around and come right here. So I'm going to hit my right arrow, come back around till I can see it, and I'll hit enter. Then you hit enter a third time. We should get -4, and that's -7.99. We're going to round to the whole number. So that should be, let's look at our answers, -4, -8. That's our point over there. Now we're going to go find this one. Second calc. That's a max, so hit number 4. We're going to move till we are to the left of that high point. Remember, we're looking for this one. So we can hit enter. Then we'll come over to the right of that high point, hit enter, and enter a third time. Now you get this really strange number, and I do want to pull that out as well, because I just keep getting 2 of those. I don't know what's happening. All right, so I'm going to move that here. And this number is really interesting. People will miss things on this. It has an e to the -6, and e to the -6 means the decimal would go 6 places to the left, which means that's essentially 0. And we are sitting on 0. So that's this one, 0, -3, even though that has that. And you may get a different number, but when you see an e to the -6 or -5 or negative whatever, it means that decimal has moved and you are essentially at 0. So that is that one. Then we would go in and get the other one, the other men. Second calc, 3. We're going to move to the right here. We're to the left of this low point. We'll hit enter. And then we'll move to the right of it, hit enter, and enter a third time. And it looks like we've got 3.999. That's essentially 4 and the -8. So round to the whole numbers and you will get these answers right here. All right. Let's move down. Number 3. All right, let's go to y equals and clear out what we've got. We need x to the 4th minus 17x squared plus 16. All right, and we're going to, if we want to match this window, if we'll look, let's just hit graph and see what we get. Looks like we've got a W, so you could tell that it's not this one or this one, but if we wanted to see it like this, we could change the window. So if we go to the window, these are your X's, these are your Y's. So if I scroll down here to Y min and put -650, and then go to the Y max and put 100, and the Y scale is 50. So I put these 3 numbers to match this. If I now hit graph, we can see that we do match that. So this is telling you the windows, and so that is that. So we know that we're choosing B. All right. Now it wants the x-intercepts. So to see those better, I'm going to do a zoom, a zoom 6. Because all I really need to see are these points where it crosses the x-axis. So I need this point, this point, this one, and this one. We go back to our y equals. Our y2 has 0 in it. We need that. And we'll just go to our graph we'll go second calc 5 for intersect, and we'll hit enter, enter, enter for the first one. We don't know where it's going to pop. All right, it went right there. That one is x equals 1. Then we'll go get the other. Second calc 5. We know we're going down. Whoops. Second calc 5. Second calc 5. I think we got it that way. All right, so we need to come this way. So I'm going to go right. Whoops. And I think I can. Okay, so if I can see it, now let's hit enter 3 times. All right, and that is the 4. All right, let's pause for. So we got that one was 4, and then you would repeat that process, and you would go get this one and this one by doing second calc 5 and moving back around the graph to get near those. And you should get -1, 1, -4, 4, and that would get you those 4. All right, let's move to number 4. Find the solutions of the equation. Remember, those are the x-intercepts, so it's exactly what we just did. Y equals, we'll have a negative x to the third plus 5x squared plus 8x minus 12. And we'll hit a graph. Again, we want these 3 points. All right, so we have, I think I've got more points than I need. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back here. No, we don't. It was just a different thing. Okay, so we'll put this one over here. And we need this guy, this one, and this one. So let's go here. All right, second calc 5, 1, 2, 3. We pop to that one, which is at 1. Second calc 5. Let's move around till we're over in the other vicinity. Enter 3 times. That's our 6. And then you would do it another time. Second calc 5. And you would come all the way around the curve. Should be seeing it. There we go. We got to go down and back up. And then enter 3 times. That would be our -2. So, equation in y1, y2 to be 0, and find the intersection of those 2 graphs. Remember that y2 being 0 is your x-axis. This is where y is equal to 0. All right, let's look at number 5. All right, they're asking us to use the table, and so this is a good time to look at setting up your table. So I'm going to clear that out and go ahead and put in x squared minus 4. All right, and then we're going to set our table up. Second, and the window key is the table set. Does not matter what this number is, but it does matter that the independent needs to be on ask. So go down and over with your arrows and hit enter on ask if it's not already that way. And so now it's set up correctly, so we'll second quit, clear all that. All right, then let's go make sure we have our graph. Let's go to second table. We have some x and some y1. I do have y2 because I have 0 in there. You're going to put these numbers, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2, into your x's. So -2, enter, -1, enter, 0, enter. Whoops, where'd I go? Let's come back here. I don't know what I was doing. -1, enter, 0, enter. I wasn't even looking at what was happening on the screen. And 2. So I put in all those values, and here's my answers. Here's my answers. All right, so in the boxes, you would put 0, -3, -4, -3, 0. All right, so that's using the table function. Number 6. All right, number 6, we've done one like it, so let's go through it real quickly and make sure you remember. 0.3125 x to the 4th minus 2.5000 x squared minus 2. And let's hit graph. And we are finding the maxes and the mins. So second calc, let's find that min on the far left, 3. And we need to be over here to hit enter. And then we'll go to the right and hit enter. And then we'll hit enter a third time. -2, -7. That's that one. All right, let's find the middle one. I suspect we'll encounter that same, this is a max, that same issue with the E. We're to the left of it, hit enter. To the right of it, hit enter, and enter a third time. Yeah, we've got that E to the -7, so we know this number's 0. That's your 0, -2. And then you would do it again for this min, and you would have 2, -7. But it's very much like that other one that we did. Let's do number 7. And this is like, this is exactly like, which one was it up here? Number 3. So I think you've got the idea. Number 7 is like number 3, and the answers are here for you. All right, number 8, let's do number 8. This is solve the inequality. And so we're going to do that on the calculator, but you want everything on one side and 0 on the other. So if I move this 19 over, I have 0. Let's see, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to add 5x. And I'm going to subtract the 4. So I have 5x plus 19 minus 4 is greater than 0. Okay? What you want to do is go to y equals, clear that out, and I'm going to put that in just like I've got it written there. 5x plus 19 minus 4. And I'm not going to put this inequality. I'm going to put 0 down here. All right? So we're going to graph, and we get a straight line, which makes sense. You want to sketch that on your paper. So I'm going to just pull that over. All right, so what we're looking at, we need to find this point here. If this is greater than, and it doesn't have equals, we're going to have an open circle there. Also, greater than tells us it is open circles, and it's above the x-axis where we're interested in, and that we'll use parentheses in our answer. So all of that came from that symbol. So here's our answer, above the x-axis. So we go back to our calculator and we find that point of intersection. Second calc 5, 1, 2, 3. And that's at -3. So here on my paper, I'm going to say, well, that's x equals -3. My solution starts at -3 and goes forever. So -3 to infinity. Well, there's this one and there's that one. What's the difference? The difference is this guy has a bracket, this one has a parentheses. We said because it didn't have an equals under it, we knew we were going to have parentheses. So if you choose the wrong one, it is just wrong because that isn't the right answer. So it would be B. All right, number 9, solve the inequality. Same thing as number 8. We're going to go to y equals. We're going to clear that out. We're going to put x squared plus 2x minus 24, because remember we moved it over, and then we've got 0 here. So y1 we would have x squared plus 2x minus 24, and y2 we would have 0. Alright, we're going to graph that. Alright, so let's get a sketch. We'll bring this over here. You can sketch it, and you can know that that does that. That's not really that important. Alright, we have this symbol. That tells us we have closed circles, that we are going to use brackets in our answer, and that we're again above. Alright, so we're going to go find this, and then we're interested in above, which is 2 pieces. So let's go here, second calc 5, 1, 2, 3. That one's at 4. Second calc 5. We'll move over. It took forever. 2, 3, and that's at -6. Alright, so this one is at -6, and this is at 4. So this is from all the way to the left up to here. This one's from this number all the way to the right. So think of this as being there and that being there. So your answer is -infinity up to -6 and 4 to infinity. Because it had the equals, we have brackets. So if you notice here, parentheses around infinities always, but the numbers get brackets. And you will have to put that in. You'll choose A, and you will put that kind of solution in there. Number 10. Let's go to y equals, and let's clear this out, and let's put 3x plus, and you may or may not know where e is. Above the ln key right here is e to the x. So we'll do second ln, and we have e to the, and we'll put x there. And then the -2, because we will have brought that over. Whoops, I did that backwards. I need to go there and -2. I didn't hit that little tab. So 3x plus e to the x minus 2. All right, so let's hit graph. That's an exponential function, and we're just solving the equation. It's not an inequality, so we're trying to find that place where it crosses right there. So all you have to do, if you have y2 to be 0, second calc 5, enter, enter, enter. You get this kind of number. Put that down there, and it says round to the hundredths. So we're looking at this, and we know it's 0.24, which is the answer that's given. Okay, so I think if you practice with this and go through the items we've talked about, you should be great on the calculator exam.